No problem with cam wear to speak of, but once they took the zinc out, what happens is the OE, the original equipment manufacturers, dictate the oil package to the oil companies of what's needed. There hasn't been anything built with other than a roller cam or roller follower since the early 90s. The cam and lifter is a high friction point of the engine. Now that it's a roller, it's not an issue. The zinc coats and hurts O2 sensors and catalytic converters, aside from putting zinc in the atmosphere and EPA issues like that. So they took the zinc out of the oil package. Now all of a sudden people with performance cars, old cars with flat tappet cams, are having problems wearing cams. If you put the zinc back in, whether it's an oil like Joe Gibbs, Valvoline has a program with Jack Roush, Royal Purple has one, there's other ones besides the ZDP additives that you can add. Comp has an additive, now they've come out with their own oil with it in. But just if you have something, especially the more performance it gets, the more spring pressure it gets, the more critical it becomes. Now, today even, I had a customer say, well, I use the Rotella T in it. Well, we did that for years too. The Rotella T, the tractor trailer oil, had a lot of zinc in it. But they've also gone the way of emission controls, and the zinc has been taken out of that. Aside from the fact that that has a real high detergent level in it, so it washes out whatever zinc. The zinc in the oil lays down what they call a sacrificial barrier, and that's what wears off rather than wear the cam itself. The high detergent wants to wash that off and take that protection away. So it was dual purpose, it was bad. Now the zinc has gone out of it and it still has high detergent in it. Just run something with zinc in it, whether it's a zinc additive or one of the oils, and you'll avoid issues like this. This is just out here by accident, but...
Is that all the time, or is that just good break-in?
All the time. Now, if you get through a good break-in, if you get through a good break-in, your chances of having a problem afterwards are minimized. But you should run it all the time. Right? It's cheap insurance. The break-in is the most critical time. Well, here's an example. We built an engine for a guy 5 years ago. He had a guy come over that knew how to break it in properly, broke it in, ran it for the 20 minutes or more at above 2,000 RPM, did everything he was supposed to do. He thought he was all set. Well, he was working on a 46 Chevy that he put this in, and he'd drive it out of the garage, back it in the garage, drive it out for 4 years. Finally got the car done, took it down the road. It was making all kinds of noise, had no power. Well, he brought it in. It's one of the worst cams I've ever seen. I mean, there's lobes that are just round, right? And this was broken in the way it was supposed to be broken in. But a cam is oiled by splash.